Welcome, welcome, welcome to episode 64 of the show with no name. I'm your humble host, Nick, and today we're going to continue exploring this awesome old cemetery out here in San Juan, Puerto Rico. This cemetery goes by the name of the Cementerio de Villa Palmeras, and this is part 5 of my documentation of this cemetery. Let's get into it. I really liked the outside edges of this cemetery. The gravestones tended to face in all directions, and they're just less orderly than the middle of the cemetery is, but I like it that way. It makes it so original looking and unique looking. This is such a local cemetery here in Puerto Rico, and that's what I liked about this cemetery the most. I can tell by the flowers that are always put out on a lot of these headstones, and I can tell that this cemetery is very important to the people of the San Cruz area of San Juan. I really hope the local people of this area don't mind me filming their cemetery here. My lack of knowing Spanish, as well as my uncharismatic personality, has definitely led to some mental blocks in my mind around here as far as communication goes. But I know all that rests on my feet, and it's something I'm working on right now still. I love how they planted so many trees in this cemetery. I just think that's such a good idea. Not only does it bring nature into the cemetery a lot more, but it also gave family members a little bit of shade when they would come in here to pay tribute to their loved ones. Something else really unique to me that stood out about this cemetery is that both of the side walls of this cemetery are basically made out of people's homes. People literally live right next to this cemetery, as you can see. A lot of the walls literally are somebody's home, which I think is incredible because it just goes to show how local this cemetery is, and I just really liked that. Maria Dominga Baez Bayonet was born on September 15, 1917, in the barrio of Santa Rosa, Guaynaba, Puerto Rico. Her mother passed away when she was just 13 years old, and her father passed away when she was just 17 years old, so she had to grow up fast. Maria never had a formal education. She was homeschooled by her brother Luis, whom only had a 7th grade education himself. While being homeschooled by her brother Luis, Maria recalled that they would make notebooks out of brown paper bags and use them for writing. Maria was especially good at math, which helped her run the household finances and businesses later on in her life. At the age of 17, she would marry Manuel Martinez. She was a submissive housewife, and they were very wealthy by the standards of the time. They had a maid, and they ran 2 businesses. They would own the first household television set in town. People would flock to their house to watch TV from outside of their balcony. And one day, so many people gathered to watch TV that it broke her wooden front deck. She had 3 biological sons, 7 siblings, and even adopted her husband Manuel's son, Roberto. She would end up separating from her husband Manuel and she would move to New York, where she lived and worked in factories for several years. After she retired, she would move back to Puerto Rico. And even though she was retired, she still ran a textiles business, and she was very independent in her 70s and even 80s. She got her driver's license in her late 70s and drove until she was 86. She would then move into Casa Linda in Guanava. While living there, she became much more religious and evangelical. She loved singing hymns and worshiping. She would then move to her son's house, where she would live out the rest of her life. She is remembered for being very smart and loving. She loved playing with her grandchildren. This woman is a shining example to what a person can achieve in life, even when adversity is against them. She lived a long, full life. Her name was Maria. Her favorite food was white rice and beans and bistec. Her favorite color was lilac. She passed away on August 15th, 2010. She was 92 years old. Roberto H. Todd Wells was born on October 13, 1862 in St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands. He was the co-founder of the Puerto Rican Republican Party. He served as a delegate to the House in the year 1900. He was also the mayor of San Juan, Puerto Rico, from the years 1903 to 1923. He passed away in San Juan on September 16, 1955. He also has his son buried here in the same spot who shares his name. Roberto H. Todd Wells, Jr. was born on March 6, 1891 in New York City. He would serve as an Associate Justice of the Supreme Court in Puerto Rico. Then later, he would serve as the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. of Puerto Rico in the years 1951 and 1952. He passed away on July 10th, 1973, at the age of 82. I hope you enjoy the rest of the videos of this awesome cemetery that goes by the name of the Cementerio de Villa Palmeras. This is part 5. Thank you for watching.